Hi everyone, this is a quick introduction and guide to our very first project. The first thing that we'll be doing is taking a look at the requirements or requests for the types of things that receiving institutions want to see in your portfolios, as well as looking at the issues of how to go about selecting a school to transfer to. Obviously, not everyone is going to go on to a four-year school, but I do want everyone to do this assignment regardless. You may decide down the road that this is something that you would like to do after completing your associate's degree here. The other issue to be aware of is that it really does help to get familiar with what is going on in the art world outside of Wilmington, outside of Cape Fear Community College. So even if you don't intend to go to a BFA program or to go on from there to a graduate program, it's really good to take a look at the type of artwork that's being made at these institutions, because of course that does give you an indication of what is currently happening in the area that is of interest to you. So that's what we'll be doing for our first assignment, is taking a look at the transfer requirements for 3 schools. I'm going to ask everyone to look up the 2 schools that we send the majority of our students to. We've had quite a bit of success sending students on both to UNCW, but also to East Carolina University. You'll pick a 3rd school, and that is free choice. You could decide to pick something that's an absolute dream school that you don't really intend necessarily to be able to afford to go to, or it could be a more real-world search, and we'll get into that in a moment. I just want to make sure that everyone is aware of a couple of things we need to do to establish our participation. Several of you have already done this, so thank you for that, but make sure and take the enrollment verification test. That has to be completed by no later than the 1st of September. When you take the quiz, it's really only 4 or 5 short multiple choice true-false questions. It only counts as 1% of your overall average, but it does have to be done in order to establish your online active participation. The questions relate to the syllabus, so you'll want to take a look there before you take the quiz. We also want to be aware of the other aspect of enrollment in our discussion board. You can see there are some posts I haven't had a chance to read yet. Click on the enrollment verification and give us an introduction to you and to your artwork, to your goals. What is it that you are trying to achieve? You click on the title of the discussion board. To enter your own original thread answering my questions, hit Create Thread. And to read other people's introductions, just click on the title of their introduction. You can read it, and then you can reply back to them as well. So do make sure and do both of those things. I'd rather it got done this week, definitely by the 1st of September. So looking at our schedule, your first assignment, which is both the research on these portfolio requirements as well as the discussion board questions, I want those submitted by 11:59 p.m. on September the 3rd. So that does give us a little bit of time to work on this first assignment. So to find the assignment, you go to the coursework area, scroll down, and there's Research Project 1. Click there and open that folder, and you'll see a bunch of links that will help you in this research. Links directly to aspects of the UNCW website that'll give you some specific information you need for this project, as well as similar links for East Carolina. So we have a lot of it kind of set up for you already. When you are ready to download the worksheet that you're going to work on, you can just simply click right here, and that will download it to your device. I've already done that, so I'll open up the worksheet so you can see the questions. There we go. Remember to save this as a file with your name in it somewhere on your device where you can find it easily, but these questions are going to be the same for all 3 programs. So the we're looking at here is UNCW, but same set of questions will repeat for ECU and then for your third school. So we want to know what type of visual art degrees are offered. I'm not interested in outside of the visual arts necessarily. Like I don't need to know if they have a degree in English literature. We're looking for pretty basic information here. Do they offer a BA, Bachelor of Arts, or a BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts? A BFA degree distinguished from a BA degree by the fact that a BFA requires more credit hours in specific studio courses, and usually in a BFA program you specify a major that is your concentration. You could be a painting major, for instance, or a ceramics major, or photography major. At a school that has a BA program, you would be a studio art major. You would not have that specific concentration. You would take fewer credit hours in studio in general. So we want to know what type of degree, visual art degree, is offered. We want to know whether this is an art department or a separate school of art and design. What is the concentration or program that you're looking at? If you are specifically interested in photography, that's what you should be looking for the schools that we are researching. So think about what you would major in based on the art that you're making. What is the deadline to apply as a transfer student? So assume that since we're looking at this during the fall semester of 2020, what would be the deadline to apply for spring 2021/summer 2021? We're looking for minimum gen ed requirements. Do you have to have a specific score or specific set of courses in order to transfer? Do you have to have passed English 111, for instance? Based on the school's website information, what are the required steps to transfer? Do you apply, for instance, do you apply to the university and simply declare the major, or do you have to do a separate application into the BFA program? Most BFA programs will handle transfers by allowing you to enter as a sophomore or as a junior, spend one semester taking some of the foundation courses specific to the subject that you want to study, photography or ceramics, whatever that may be, and then they will put you through a formal portfolio presentation to be accepted into the BFA. So we want to know what the school is expecting. That's what that question's about. We want to find out, you can try to contact the school's transfer advisor. Most BFA programs have someone who specifically handles those issues. What are the procedures for being admitted into the concentration? How are they going to decide which art courses transfer and what they will transfer for? At some schools, they will simply award equivalent course transfers, and some schools are very specific. If you are going to major in a particular subject, they prefer that all of your coursework in that area is taken under their instructors. So we want to know how that operates. The next question then asks, you have to submit a portfolio. What has to be? Have they given you specific information? Have they told you what for preparing a portfolio, how many pieces, for instance? What's the formatting for your JPEGs? What do you have to show in terms of numbers of to show only work in your concentration area, or do they want to see a little bit of everything that you can do? We definitely, as a separate question, want to know if the request is going to require that you show specific ability in drawing. Does the school encourage diversity in the work, diversity in the materials being used, or do they request that your portfolio is focused on a single subject? And then this is a very important one. Sometimes people skip this. I really would prefer to spend some time here, especially those of you who don't intend to transfer, because this will show you at least what is actively being taught and executed by professional artists of your age, of your talent in this current time. Look for a gallery of faculty art. Look for a gallery of student work. Most of the transfer programs do have some way of allowing you to see what kind of art the faculty make, what kind of work current students are making. For those of you who are transferring, one of the most important things you can do for yourself is to think about the fact that you want to sure the school that you're applying to is working in a way that is of interest to you. If you want to make abstract paintings and all you see on the website of student work and faculty work is highly realistic representational work, maybe that's not the school for you. So it really does help to know what is going on, who's teaching what, and what the students are doing. The most recent transfer program conferences that we've held do stress that the receiving schools, the universities, often expect that you have done some research and you've looked at who their faculty are and what their academic and artistic work is. So they expect that you know a little bit about them. That's a really important point to make. So same questions for East Carolina, same questions for the school of your choice. You're simply typing in your answers in here, and then when you are done, save it. Make sure you have saved it with your name. You've saved it in a place that you know where you can get at it. When you are ready to submit it back, you simply click on the title of the project, scroll down to the attach files, find the file that you have saved, this is the one I just did, and simply hit submit. All right, so as you're submitting those assignments, you can turn them in as soon as you're ready, but you do have until so that's the first step. There are links right here that'll take you to information for UNCW and for ECU lower down. But take a look at this, the NASAD site here. This is the official National Association of Schools of Art and Design site. I already have it pulled up. It will allow you to search in a variety of ways. You can pull up a specific school by name, by location, either by city or state. So if you wanted to see what the top art schools in your state are, for instance, we can pull up North Carolina and see which schools have been accredited by NASAD. So arguably these are among the best art schools in the country. And that will give us East Carolina right there, among several others. So this is a good way for you to be able to find a top-notch school and to answer those questions. So that is the majority of what you're doing with the questions themselves. There is, of course, the discussion board that goes with it. We just scroll down here. The discussion board questions are fairly straightforward. Of the three programs you researched, which one provided the information you needed most effectively? Which program is the best fit for your personal academic goals? Which one fits your style, for instance? And then number three, if you were able to find examples of faculty-student artwork, which program style best matches your own? You're answering those three questions and replying to your replies. That should give you a good base to start from. If you have any questions, of course, you can send me an email, and I will hop on and answer that as quickly as possible. If you do have any questions, send your questions to me early. Don't wait until the last second. I hope you have a great weekend and a good week, and I look forward to seeing what information you're able to obtain.